I'm going to have a little go over the mountain. It's bloody wet and horrible. And I am going the wrong way over the mountain. I say the wrong way, it's the right. There's not a wrong way at the moment because it's two-way. But the track, if I was on the track racing, which I'm not, I'll be coming the opposite direction as what I'm going now. Not liking the wet conditions, but there you go. So it's got its own bloody climate up here in the old mountains. Funny enough, it's colder than it is down the bottom. And it's bloody windy. And how the hell these maniacs actually manage to ride around here at 1,000,000 miles an hour is beyond us mere mortals. I'm not liking it at all. This visor could do with a good clean. I seem to have got a film of crap between the pin lock and the visor, sandwiched in there nicely, right in front of my right eye vision. It's like a little smear going down. Ugh, God. I might have to try and sort that out before I go home tomorrow. Yeah, there's quite a lot of spray on the roads. Despite not being a speed limit, so legally you can go as fast as you like along here, all year round apparently. I'm currently doing 45 behind this car, and I'm quite happy, to be honest. Yeah. I'll take you have to obey other road laws, like don't cross that solid white line just there. And when it says maximum speed 40 on that sign, does that mean I can ignore that, or do I'm supposed to be going 40? I don't really know. I'm not really overly fussed. Look at that windsock on the left hand side coming up. And that's telling you it's bloody windy. Not that I need to look at that windsock. I'm just looking at myself trying to lean left into the wind to go straight. Never mind, there's no more racing today, and it's like I say, it's getting on past 20 past 6 in the evening, and I'm staying in my tent. So my options are go for a ride on the bike or sit in the tent. Well, I can sit in the tent after the ride, so yeah, let's do both in that order. It's pretty bleak up here. Just imagine what it'd be like middle of blooming winter, because this is August, which is the summertime in the UK. You wouldn't think of it the way I'm shivering. Now it's dropped to 12 degrees. It was about 17 a minute ago, I think. And now it's 12, and it feels like it's dropped to 12 as well. A little potter about. So you're coming up on the right hand side, you've got the Victory Calf, where you go under the bridge that they've put here. The Monster Energy Bridge, as I call it, 'cause it's got a Monster Energy sign above it. Like a temporary construction that's been there forever. And clouds on top of the mountain there. It is blooming fresh. I've got my heated grips on full blast. There you go, the Victory Calf is straight up there. Did I say it was on the right? It's actually straight in front, which would be technically on my left as I approach it. If you want your picture with the Joey Dunlop statue, it's just there on the left hand side near the calf. Oh, actually getting on the right side of the road, digging. Lovely Jubilee. I've never been round this way, I've always gone round the same way as the racers go. And to be honest, I wouldn't even tell the difference, to be fair, because I'm not that familiar with it. I think this is about the 4th, maybe 5th time I've been over it ever. You know, because they kept putting off the race this afternoon, stroke this evening. Oh bugger, what's that? Mr. Gear, I've never done that before. Because they kept putting it back. Well, we're putting it back. It's now 5 o'clock. Oh, now we're going to reassess it. It's going to be 5:30. There's a lot of moans and groans from the grandstand area, from the fans patiently waiting, because it's nice and dry down there. But when you come up here, you can think, well, yeah, you can kind of understand it. I don't feel like I'm getting wet, it's just the spray, I think. Means I didn't bother putting my waterproofs on. Mind you, my visor's steaming up now. Well, my glasses, I think, rather than my visor, if the pin lock's doing its job. So I'm going home in the morning, so this is pretty much the end of my TT, the Manx. I keep saying TT, well it is kind of like TT, isn't it? The ManxGP, to give it its official title. This is the coming towards the end of my ManxGP maiden voyage. So in summary, what do I think of it compared to the TT? It's pretty much the same. I kind of summarised it earlier if I was going to edit that part of it into the video. But in essence, it's the same as the TT, but with older bikes. A lot of the people that are riding, you won't know who they are. John McGuinness is here this year. Dunlop's here, Michael, obviously. Who else is here? Michael Rutter's here, but to name a few. So there are a few, you know, star riders, if you want to call them that, and then the rest are just people that, unless you're really into it, you're not likely to know who they are. But does that lessen the TT experience? Definitely not. When you're standing near the side of the roads, the bikes are going past, you know, at exhilarating speeds as a fan to watch. So yeah, the whole racing experience is pretty much, I think, not a lot different to the TT. Okay, you could argue the toss that the superbikes sound a little bit different and they're going a little bit quicker, but in reality, when you're sitting next to the side of the road, there ain't that much difference in it. So yeah, that side of it's really good. The crowd, the fans, not quite in the same numbers as at the TT, which may be good or bad depending which way you look at it. It's a lot easier to get round the island, it's not as crowded, there's not quite that buzz of sort of almost carnival atmosphere, I suppose, for the main event, the TT. So it's a more chilled out version of the TT, if you like. The people that tend to watch it, the clientele that watch it, tend to be more on the older side. So yeah, that, I suppose that adds to the more chilled vibe of the whole event, really. But yeah, and you get to see some classic bikes, so if you're of an older persuasion like myself, then that may be of interest. I like seeing the old bikes. If you go to a normal bike sort of race event, whether it be like BSB or the TT or any other road events, then it's all, you know, it's the usual suspects machinery wise that are racing round. So you don't tend to, you know, you're not going to see, you know, a 2-stroke 250 go around, and you're not going to see like an old Norton go around and whatever stuff from the 60s. So this is kind of a one-off time to indulge yourself in seeing some old bikes that you wouldn't necessarily see on a weekly basis. Oh, this is really like gnarly coming down here. How the hell they go to these speeds? You've got to really know the roads, which is quite a lot to remember at 37 3/4 miles. And you've got to, I think these racers, You know, with like modern machinery, they plug it into a laptop and oh, you're going to remap your bike or whatever, and they just plug it in and tick a few boxes and alter a bit of this and press enter OK, and then it just downloads something. I think they've got one of them for like racers where you got like a plug in the back of the head, pretty much like the Matrix, and they plug you in and it's like, you know, when that whatever the character's name was in the Matrix, like, was it Nero, or am I thinking of coffee? But we'll go for it for the sake of my waffling. Oh, Nero, he can do Kung Fu now, because they mapped in a Kung Fu map. I think these riders have got the same sort of technology, alien technology, where they plug them in and it's like, right, human emotions, fear, no, we don't want that, untick that box. And they go through it and just remap your brain, because you've got to be slightly unhinged to want to do this, which is not a bad thing. You know, human endeavour, push the boundaries and all that. But from my point of view, I'm quite happy watching and going, oh my god, you lot are nutters. Wow, this bit's alright. See, these roads look slippy. I'm assuming they're not, but I'm old and think if I fall off it's going to hurt and it's going to be expensive. The older you get, the more you splat. I'm getting to that age now where you won't say, oh, did you hear about Andy? He fell over. It's like, did you hear about Andy? He had a fall. That's when you're old, isn't it? Oh, he's had a fall. Oh my god, is he alright? No, he's broke his hip. Just by like falling over in the kitchen. Oh, he's broke his hip, his collarbone, he's bloody this, that and the other. I think, oh, I just slipped over in the kitchen. Yeah, it's not good getting old. What am I talking about? Look, I'm waffling. Well, considering there's no speed limits, I think I went sort of like 50 mile an hour maximum over there, giving it full send beyond this Audi. This Audi that happens to be a Mercedes. Here we are.